Hey, congratulations, you've downloaded the self-esteem cheat sheet, and that puts you in a class by yourself because most people actually never really take that first step. And in the next 5 minutes, you're going to get crystal clear on how to do and how to use this worksheet so you can double your self-esteem in less than 15 minutes. If you're feeling down and upset and unworthy and shy and insecure right now, this will help you. I'm so excited for you that you're taking this first step because it will work, and I can't wait to show you. The reason I feel really confident about this is because I've worked with hundreds of people over the last 5 years as a consultant and coach in the United States to help them with their self-confidence and their self-esteem. And these are the exact steps. What I'm going to show you in just a few moments are exactly the steps that I've taught to hundreds of people and help them regain their confidence and their self-esteem. So my goal is simple. I help smart introverts regain their confidence in 9 days so they can be themselves, just be themselves comfortably and speak their minds freely without feeling anxious. If we haven't already met, my name is Alexis, and I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do in the next 5 to 10 minutes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and walk you through the cheat sheet that I just sent you via email. So make sure you've gotten that email. It should have arrived by now. And walk through will take about 5 minutes. Do note that this exercise that we're going to do together and that I'm going to instruct you on is part of a larger path that I'm going to show you and introduce to you afterwards. And I'm also really excited because I have an announcement that I want to share with you at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. So without further ado, let me walk you through the personal cheat sheet to double your self-esteem in 14 minutes without an anxiety overwhelm. All right, so why should we do this? Why should you even care, right? If you feel downtrodden, if you feel like you're not really sure about yourself, you may not feel worthy in a relationship, at work, or in social situations, then this is an exercise that will significantly change how you feel about yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to use what I call the reset the preset framework, and it's going to help you regain lost self-esteem through remembering, documenting, and verbalizing the many high-stakes obstacles you've already overcome in your life. Turns out that you're actually quite successful. You're the pinnacle of evolution, and you just wound up forgetting about it. The way this works is it will create a more accurate self-image. And we want to create a self-image that celebrates your successes instead of permanently dwelling on your failures. I've done that. Most people do that. Failure is great to learn from, but it's really important also to remember your successes. And you will have a tangible artifact on your wall that you can point to over and over again in the future should you ever feel down. This is crucial because I'm certain that you will feel great after this exercise. However, let's say 2 weeks from today, you're feeling upset. You made a mistake. You're not getting the results you wanted, and your self-esteem plummets again. This artifact that we're going to create together will help you, stay on course and remember. And we're going to create and help you create a dedicated spot to collect and celebrate your future successes. So this will help you create an ongoing celebration of your success. The first of 5 steps is I want you to get a pen and print out the 3 template frameworks below. If you don't have a printer, you can take 3 sheets of lined paper and copy the following headlines for each framework. I do recommend you print out the frameworks since you got them in your email. You should have the exact same presentation here in your inbox, but 3 pieces of paper will also work. The first framework will be headlined with "I was in fact confident at work when I ... The second framework, similar, but "I was in fact confident in social situations when I ... And the third one is "I was in fact confident in difficult situations when I ... As you can see, we have empty blank lines here that I want you to fill out as part of this exercise, which I'm going to explain to you now. The second step, when you have the pen in front of you and you have those 3 sheets of paper, I want you to brainstorm and write out by hand moments that you remember where you were confident in your past. This could be yesterday, this could be a week ago, this could be when you were 10, this could be when you were a teenager. It doesn't matter. I just want you to start remembering these moments where you succeeded, and I want you to vividly remember them. It could be a small moment or a big moment. Maybe in high school you shared your sandwich with someone you really liked, right? And that took a lot of courage. That seems maybe very small today, but it was a big thing back then. Or maybe at work, you yesterday stood up and solved a problem that no one else could solve, and against all odds, right? Or maybe a few years back you switched your major in college, if you went to college, right? And it seemed like a really big step at that point, And whatever these small or big steps were, I want you to write them down on those 3 sheets, depending on the headline. Think quantity over quality, right? Think the more the better. Small, large, long time ago, yesterday, it doesn't matter. I want you just to make an inventory of moments where you were actually confident, charismatic, creative, showed grit, etc. The more the merrier. Once you've done that, right, after 10 minutes, I want you to take a moment, step back and look through your lists. You may come up with, even if you just come up with 5, that's fine. It doesn't matter. If you come up with 40, which is usually where people land, or 30, I want you to take a moment and go through your list and narrate the story behind each item out. Even if you're alone, doesn't matter. It may sound weird that you're talking to yourself out loud, but I want you to start getting out of your head with this stuff. I want you to bring that success out of your head and into the world by speaking out loud. So let's say yesterday I was at work and I stood up to a really challenging task, and I felt really nervous, but I also knew that I somehow could figure it out. And I got the email with the instructions, and I did A, B, and C, and it just worked, and it was great, right? So tell a little story. Tell yourself the stories of your life in a successful angle. This 4th step is, once you've done that, I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to take a moment and just breathe and also feel, how do you feel about those successes? How can you use those successes in the future when you're feeling maybe insecure or shy or timid, right? So this is a moment to reflect on the exercise and a moment to allow yourself to imagine, especially when you're really feeling upset with yourself and insecure with yourself right now. Just take that moment to completely hypothetically say, hey, yeah, I could be that person again in the future. That's all I'm asking, right? And then the 5th step, I want you to take those 3 sheets and put them on a wall somewhere where you can see them, maybe on your fridge, maybe in your bedroom, maybe next to your mirror, somewhere where you can see it, and where when you are feeling upset about yourself, which is totally fine and which totally happens, right? That you can come back to it and feel good again about yourself. I've done this with lots of people, and this is like almost like a small investment in your future. So really, really excited about you putting this up and also having a place to add new successes as they come along. So I want you to get into the habit of remembering your successes and also adding to that database of yours. All right, this is the Reset the Preset framework, and it's simple, and I highly recommend you try it out. And before we finish off, I want you to check this out. The first thing is, the next step in this process is working on your power beliefs, which are part of a larger process which I call the Confidence Boost Formula. It's a collection of 9 exercises and 9 steps that will take you from feeling really insecure and really shy and really, all up in your head, to feeling really great about yourself, feeling very confident about yourself. And it's 3 stages with 3 exercises each. They're a selection and a sequence of exercise that I found worked really well after experimenting with hundreds of exercises and frameworks. So this is the confidence boost formula this lives in. And as I promised you, I have an announcement. I wrote a book about this, which is more like a workbook. It's called the Confidence Boost Formula. That is a 50 pages of action-packed exercises. It takes you exactly from feeling insecure, feeling really up in your head about yourself, feeling unhappy with yourself, to feeling confident and knowing who you are, how you feel, what you want, and have the power and the action to go for it. So today, and as part of this training, I want to offer it to you for $1. This is obviously a limited time offer, but I really want you to use this, and I think you will get a blast out of it. It takes less than 9 days if you do an exercise or two every day. It will take less than 9 days, so you can speak your mind freely, be yourself, and feel less anxious. So I'm really excited about this, and also that you've seen it. There are framework sheets and checklists that are part of the book that you can use, and that will guide you along the way. So there will never be a moment where you should be lost at all. So click the buy button below, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. Bye.